Hi, this is Dr. Greg McDonald for ExpertVillage.com. We're talking about cat first aid and things that you can do for your cat while you've noticed something's been going wrong. This session we'd like to talk a little bit about broken bones. Most of the broken bones happen with a cat when they've been hit by a car. And interestingly, cats have such a quick reflex. A lot of the fractures happen around the face area because they turn and look back at the car just as it hits them because their reflexes are so quick. And again, they have a lot of problems here in their jaw area. They can break their bones on their jaw, and they can break some of the facial bones that we see up here. Sometimes they'll break the symphysis, which is right down in this area here, and again, that can be something that needs to have attention by your veterinarian. The more important thing when we're talking about first aid is fractures of the long bone, and they can break any one of their bones along their skeletal system. Another common fracture for cats is up in the pelvic area, their hips, and also up in here on their femur and where their femur meets their hips. Very common site for them to get fractures. And so the thing to do when you first figure out that your cat's been hit or has a fracture is to be very careful. A lot of people are not used to their cat biting them or scratching them. But in a cat's mentality, the only way they can protect themselves when something hurts is to bite or scratch. So sometimes we've come in, had an animal brought to us, and the owner has actually been bitten, and they were very surprised because their cat's been so docile its whole life, but now it's got pain associated with the fracture. When you have a fracture of the long bones, it's always best to try and wrap the cat up in some kind of a towel so that you don't have the fracture flopping. It would make the fracture worse as you're taking them to the veterinarian. Trying to splint the fracture in a cat would be pretty hard for you to do because their bones are so small and they're in such pain. It would be better to just kind of wrap them up. And we're going to talk a little bit about stopping any bleeding in one of our next segments.